Bortle here with the newest UDS champion. That's Ultimate Duelist Series champion and former YCS champion. This man's done it all, guys. Oh my goodness. The Jesse Kotton. What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, Bortle? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. I'm just so psyched to have you finally on this channel. And man, this list just looks amazing. And I've seen some like key components that's extremely, price factor and stuff like that. Lunalights, that's pretty nice, man.
Yeah, wasn't that special. Right after Ramiro won Dallas, so Lunalight was not that unique, I guess.
Well, that may be true, but you you won this event. So what made you want to run Lunalights, man?
Um, Given the ban list, I felt like everybody was going to be taking or putting on like Nibiru's into their deck for Salmon Great. And all the Orcust decks will play Nibiru because they can like do the Nibiru combo where they keep it in their hand. So I don't want to play Salad like I was before. And I don't really like any other decks. I like playing. I also just really wanted to play a combo deck, so I went back to this and it was fun.
You must have used Acid Thought against a lot of players that weekend, right?
Yeah, I use summon as a dot almost every single duel.
Well, skimming through this list, I've noticed you used card destruction. Is that somewhat new, or do previous people use this in the past?
It's pretty new. At least I'm pretty sure it is. I just felt like every single card on my deck, unless it was like a broken combo card, was a graveyard effect. So it was just so good. Every time I drew it, it was insane. The only times I didn't need to use it was because the rest behind was already so broken. So, good card.
Nice, nice, and it is a one-of, so that's pretty interesting. The next card I've noticed is probably one of my favorite cards, and it OTKs out of nowhere. Double or nothing.
That is definitely one of my favorite cards. Pretty much a signature move now for me. Was very good. So, one thing with deck building, one of the approaches that I want to take is when you look at a deck, you try to find the problems the deck has and then work to solve it. One of the issues that this deck had is dealing with Abyss Dweller, whether it be in the mirror match versus Salad or some of the rogue deck. And the answer to Dweller I found was you can still make one rank 4 typically, maybe a little more, and that means you can Utopia double them and win the game. It also just meant you could apply a lot more pressure with a lot less monsters because you didn't need to go for like long combos to OTK.
Yeah, looking at the main deck list now, I'm seeing like tons of level 4s, so this is really crazy, right?
Yeah, the main reason the Lunalight Orcust deck is good is because of the level 4 synergy.
Did people try to play around this Utopia, OTK in the face by specialing their Dweller in defense mode, or were they ballsy and just leaving in attack mode?
A lot of the time they'll fit in attack, but most times it's not just Dweller in field, so you can just kill them by attacking other stuff. Like against Salmon Great, there's going to be a Sunlight Wolf on field, so you just attack over that.
That makes sense. And this next card I wanted to talk about was Into the Void. I'm pretty sure this is somewhat new, right?
Yep, so basically what I was going forward with the deck was Chicken Tiger is the very, very powerful combo that if you want to see every single game. If you don't see it, the deck is pretty bad. So you kind of just turboing into that. And that being said, I just wanted to make sure I got that as much as possible. But the next best way to make the deck more consistent was add Allures or Into the Voids. I didn't want to play Allure because I didn't want to banish anything in my deck. All my cards are pretty good in the hand, with the exception of maybe Symbol and Wand. So Into the Void was just the next best card. I felt like it was a better fit in this deck. It was very good. Just make turboing into your other cards. There's just so much draw power in this deck between the Dangers and the Voids card structure and the Upstart, and then the searching for the goods, the perfume, the tanky, the foolish. So you pretty much always see your combo.
And you're cool with ending without a hand, right?
Yes, the way Lunalight works is that pretty much all your cards end up discarding for like your perfume or your trap. So often you never have a card in hand, anyways.
Nice, nice. And overall, this deck's 40 cards, but 39 with the Upstart.
I'd call it more 36 with Into the Voids.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That sounds even better. God, yeah, it's 39 cards. 36, my bad.
36 cards, yeah.
They cut out like Babel instead, right?
So the issue with that is most of your boards that end on Crescendo aren't the most powerful. So if you end on Dingersu Galatea, that would be the strong setup that ends on Crescendo. However, if you do that, then you are vulnerable to super polymerization, so I didn't want to go with that route. The other option is to end on Babel. So what I would try to do is go Appaloosa up top with a Dweller under it, and then Langursu point to their extra monster zone under the Appaloosa. So that way you had removal there, and then you had Babel on field to revive Ding, and also summon monsters on your opponent's turn, What this meant is that I had a really strong follow-ups. Even if they tried breaking the board, I could still apply a lot of pressure. And it was just also played on super polymerization better. And otherwise, you don't have any removals during your opponent's turn unless you make that play. Also, just meant that if you're curious to build one of your spells or traps, or if you drew one, you could do a lot more with your board still.
Very nice, very nice. And as far as the extra deck goes, it looks pretty much standard, except you're using Appaloosa, which you just explained why you're using it, so that's pretty nice, right?
Yeah, well, instead of Griffin, you make Appaloosa because there's nothing really set. It's just when you make Curious, you have a Link 3 on field, so it's very convenient to make the Link 4, and it's instead of Griffin, you make Appaloosa, so yeah.
Okay, and as far as the side deck goes, it kind of looks standard, except we see some ratios of 2. Would you like to explain those 2 ofs?
So they were cards that I didn't think maybe were too important, or the matchups weren't going to be too relevant. So I just wanted to have 2 ofs, and I didn't also want to overside a lot of matchups because the deck has so much draw power. If you draw into stuff like your hand traps after they've played, then it's just not very bad. So Nibiru and Gnome are the 2 prime examples. If you just keep drawing and you draw into them after they've played, then it's not good. You're just breaking yourself. So you don't want to have too many of them in your deck. Chaos Hunter is a little better because it can be used more afterwards. Also felt like it was better. And then Twin, I was always playing the 2 Gnomes and 2 Nibiru, so I can only get space for the 2 Twin Twisters. It also meant that I had 5 solid back removal cards, which is a solid number. It's a decent chance of opening it, especially with the draw cards. The difference between 5 and 6 is not that much. And then the mind controls were obviously really strong going, if you draw them later into your combos. So that's why I played those. And then Reboot was just, I think, better than Twin, stronger against all the trap cards.
Very nice, very nice. I had a couple questions about some key cards you didn't use for this event. Cosmic Cyclone, why'd you opt not to use that card?
So I feel like Twin is better because Lunalight, I feel like most of the time I had issues with several back row. So Twin Twister can be used with multiple, which is better than Cosmic. I feel like the single target removal was necessary. I wasn't deciding in Twin versus Orcust. I just felt like I could straight up raw power over their field because there's no Masquerena out at the time. Because of that, I felt like Orcust, you didn't need the Twin to clear back row or the Cosmic to clear the Babel. You can just push over everything, and it wasn't that hard. And then versus Reiko Striker, Gaia's Twin was just a more powerful card than Cosmic Cyclone.
Very nice. And my last question would be the Artifact Lancia. That's a pretty popular side deck option. I'm just wondering why you didn't use it.
So I felt like Chaos Hunter was better because it cut off more options against Orcus. This was back when the end board was a little different, but you could Chaos Hunter when they summon Ningirsu, and they're pretty much locked out of what they can do. All their forms of interrupts are not available with Chaos Hunter. They can't use Call with the Grave. They can't use Cosmic. They can't use DD Crow. They can't use any of the Orcus monsters. They can't use Crescendo. So basically it means they can't do that much to interact with your turn. And that was the goal. It also meant for whatever reason it was able to stay on the field. It was a floodgate, again, instead of Lancia. It felt like it was better. I could have played both, but I felt like I wanted more coverage because it was a brand new format at the time. The balance had just been dropped. And focusing down one deck wasn't a smart move. Lancia is also not good versus Pure Thunder, and didn't expect any combo Thunder. That's pretty much it. I just felt like there were better cards outside of that, and Chaos Hunter was just strictly better for the format.
Very nice. Thank you so much for explaining your overall deck for that event. And man, it won you this UDS belt, and you went undefeated with this deck, right?
Yeah, I went undefeated. Well, I gave away the win in the last round because going into day 2, I was already the only undefeated. And then I won rounds 8, 9, and 10. And then there was still round 11. At that point, there were no X1s left either. So I was already guaranteed first, even if I lost in Swiss. So I decided to just get food instead and give the win away. Because I was already first seed if I won or lost. Because it literally had 0 impact on that. But yeah, then pretty much all the matches I played, I won.
Very nice, very nice. So what event are you looking forward to, man?
I got Pasadena coming up, so that one I'm going to be ready for. I guess what I'm most looking forward to is going back to Australia in January. I got second to that one last year, so after going undefeated the entire event until the finals. So I'm really hoping I can get my redemption and close that one out.
Nice, nice. And for those that don't truly know who you are, would you like to name some of your credentials?
Sure. So I won London in 2017, Knoxville this year, and I've won this year in Panama as well, we were just talking about. And then I've been to World Championships 2019, 2018, and 2017. And then, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much it. I have a lot of tops otherwise.
Oh God, yes, world's competitor right here and a ton of championships. That's insane, man. So, without further ado, I would like to talk about your new venture into this coaching. Would you like to explain on that?
Sure, I'll give it some explanation. So we were trying to do with our coaching Patreon is give players the chance to communicate with the pros, and give you an look a look into our mindset or our approach to things. So what we do when we do our coaching sessions is we're going to be kind of teaching you how we look at situations and how we approach them. So we're not just going over niche interactions in the meta game. We're trying to give you a way of thinking that can be applied forward to formats in the future to try and make the player actually better. And it's something that's not always easy to communicate through videos like this, where I can try to give you insight into how I approach my deck building, but it's not as valuable as one-on-one lessons. So what basically you can do with our Patreon is you can get a 2 hours worth of time with a random coach, or 3 hours with a coach of your choice, and those are different tiers you can subscribe to. And then the coaches are all really good, and then we kind of go over what I just explained. We're trying to give you the better approach to dueling and deck building. So some of the coaches we have right now that are very notable is Asala Wathantrage, Aaron Furman, Bowden Temnick, Raphael Nevin. We've got a lot of more, but those are some like really strong names in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. All at least like 12 tops plus. With the exclusion of Asala, they all have a win. I think all of them have been to Worlds as well. The other Duelist Academy coaches, maybe not as notable, are still very good. So, very good. But yeah, it's definitely worth looking into. We also have content tiers where you can subscribe and just get content that we're going to be making. Right now, we haven't made too much. Currently, we're editing a video of a cool combo deck where we're going to show deck profile and a combo video for that. I'm not going to say what it is. We're going to have to check out our page to see what it is.
Alrighty, so I have your actual Duelist Academy page open right here on my screen, and the tiers you explained. Would you like to get into a little bit more detail into your tiers?
Sure. So we obviously just have a support tier right now, which is just for people who want to help us out because it is expensive to go traveling and get cards all the time. No obligations though. But outside of that, then we have a content tier, which is the lowest level with something we provide, and you just get access to a bunch of videos. We haven't made a bunch yet, so we're still in the process of making them. Right now on our to-do list, we have editing is a combo video and deck profile for a cool, unique deck that we'll be posting on our page later if you want to follow. And then I'd hope to do some like almost strategic videos about how to approach deck building, some of the different ideas and theories that I have when I do deck building. So that's something that you should expect soon as well. And then also videos of me and or some of the players on the roster of Duelist Academy kind of just play testing or playing rated. You can hear us talking to each other, and you can get an idea of our decision making, and give a better idea of how we play.
Alrighty. Well, I would like to thank you for joining me and having this discussion about your UDS championship winning deck list, and also explaining the Patreon for the Duelist Academy Yu-Gi-Oh coaching, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Alrighty, so that was our interview with Jesse Kotton, who is the newest UDS champion. So if you like this discussion, if you like our Discord interviews, go ahead and comment down below and let me know, guys. Bortle Nation, Bortle wants to know, okay? And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and sub for Bortle, alright? And join Bortle Nation. Alright, guys, well, that's going to be it. Bortle out.